Tips for the final week. In the week before your test, you should do the following. Recheck your registration for accuracy. Contact the OET help desk if there are any problems. Visit the test venue if possible. It can be helpful to know how long it takes you to get there and see the test venue where you will actually take your test. Practice working on test material as if it were test day. Look at your results from the practice test and content, and identify your strengths and weakness. Use the last week before test day to focus on your weaker areas, and reread those chapters. The day before test day. Try to avoid doing intensive studying the day before the test. As healthcare professionals, you are likely revising for the test alongside a busy work schedule. On the day before the test, you are likely to already know all you need to about taking OET. Instead of trying to learn new information, you might find it helpful to review key strategies, prepare everything you will need for test day, and try to find some free time to relax. Test day. Plan to arrive early at your test venue. The administrators will not admit latecomers. Make sure you have your test kit with you, especially your ID, passport. During the test, try not to think about how you are performing. Instead, focus on the task of providing the correct answer, reading and listening actively, and speaking and writing clearly. Think about how well you have prepared, and be confident and positive about your abilities. Before the test. As a qualified health professional, you are already used to revising for and passing difficult tests, and dealing with stress. However, OET is an English language test and will require you to prepare in a slightly different way than the previous tests you have encountered. Here are some tips for preparing yourself ahead of your test, so you can perform well on test day. Make English a part of every day. Surround yourself with the English language in the weeks and months leading up to your test. Get in the habit of reading or listening to something in English every day, and writing and speaking in English about what you have learned. These activities should be completed separately from your study time. Even just half an hour of practicing each day will help you to improve your general English skills. Even more importantly, you will become more and more familiar, and therefore more comfortable, with English. The level of comfort you have with English, whether you are listening, reading, writing, or speaking, will help reduce stress and nervousness when you take OET. Talk to friends or colleagues who are taking OET, or have already taken it. Sharing your strategies, and hearing their experiences with revising for and taking the test will help you to get ready for the test day. Remember, there isn't one strategy that will work for everyone. Try the strategies suggested by your friends and colleagues, but also feel confident to develop your own. If you do discuss OET with colleagues who have already taken the OET, remember that the format of the test has changed over the years, so make sure to check www.occupationalenglishTest.org to confirm that you know what to expect for your test. Take a break. Remember that in order to learn something, it is necessary to give yourself a break every so often, to allow your mind to process new information. Healthcare professionals are used to working long shifts and absorbing large amounts of factual information. But improving language requires a different approach. Make sure you give yourself time to have a break from both OET revision and work. The easiest way to do this is to start revising at the earliest opportunity, so that you have enough time to read through all of the information, and still give yourself time to relax. During the test. OET requires a high level of concentration and quick responses. Your state of mind, as you take the test, will affect your score. Here are some tips for performing your best as you take OET. When you find yourself stuck during OET, whether you're struggling to understand what a speaker is saying in the listening test, trying to find meaning in a difficult paragraph in the reading test, or trying to remember the correct word or phrase to use in the speaking and writing tests, remind yourself that it is okay to make some mistakes on OET. You do not have to get everything right to achieve a good score, so do not spend an excessive amount of time on a question that is too difficult for you, or trying to remember a phrase to use. Make an educated guess, or explain what you mean as best you can, and then move on. Concentrate. Other test takers may seem to be working more busily than you are, but do not pay attention to them. Other people's activity levels are not necessarily signs of progress or higher scores. Continue to work carefully and thoroughly, and aim to answer the questions within the time limit. Think positively. While taking OET, remind yourself, you do not have to get every single question right to achieve a high score. By having studied the strategies, you are better prepared than the majority of other test takers. You are probably doing better than you realize. After OET. After all your hard work in preparing for OET, be sure to celebrate once it is over. Get together with your family and friends, relax, and have fun. You have a lot to celebrate. You prepared for the test ahead of time. You did your best. You've done all you can to get a good score. Good luck on your OET journey, and until next time, keep learning and keep growing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to help others on their path to success. See you soon.